They think I'm bluffing. I'll show them.
Welcome to another show. Today, we're going to rank the actors who played Lex Luthor. Lex Luthor is one of the most iconic villains in comic book history. He's been portrayed by numerous talented actors across various media. Here we celebrate the top 10 actors who brought this formidable character to life.
Number 10, Michael Bell.
I've always had a flair for the dramatic. As you well know, Superman.
If Clark's Superman, then I'm Wonder Woman.
He voiced Lex Luthor in the animated series Superman from 1988 to 1989. His performance contributed to the early animated portrayals of the iconic villain.
Okay, what happened was somebody had asked me about, almost everybody wants to do voiceovers. And I say, what makes you assume that you're prepared, that you're ready yet? And they'll say, well, I have a great voice. I've told I have a great voice. Well, what does that mean? I don't know what that means. Everybody has a sound.
Clancy Brown.
Get out of here.
Oh, Lexi, I'm hurt. How could you have this little party without inviting me?
It's not a party.
I'm completely flattered that they would do that. Now that I've seen it again, I sort of get it. I got a list of other things that I'd like to see. You know, you had an A-list team that nobody knew was A-list yet. It was a good group, and we were all just trying to get it done.
Clancy Brown voiced Lex Luthor in the animated series Justice League from 2001 to 2004 and other DC animated projects. His deep, authoritative voice became synonymous with the character for many fans. Shea.
I must obey the law. I am not above it. You, it seems, believe you are. I hold a certain position in the city.
They're having a problem over at Warner Brothers casting Lex Luthor. Read this, tell me what you think. I read the script. I knew immediately what Lex Luthor should be. And this is the truth. I said he's got to look like Donald Trump, and he's got to think like Richard III.
Shea played Lex Luthor in the television series Lois and Clark, The New Adventures of Superman from 1993 to 1997. His charming and sophisticated take on the character made him a standout villain of the series.
Number 7 is Powers Boothe.
In the flesh.
I know of you through my
acquisition of knowledge through my patented Lex Lab supercomputer, yada, yada, yada.
My mother encouraged me to do some plays in high school, and I went to college and continued sort of. Did summer stock one summer, and some friends encouraged me to go audition. My character knows everyone's business and all the intrigues and how people are tied together. And one can never predict the success of film, but you can certainly predict that you're going to have the opportunity to do some of the best work on film that you've ever done.
Voiced Lex Luthor in the animated film Superman, Brainiac Attacks in 2006, and other DC animated features. His portrayal added a menacing tone to the character. James Marsters.
My rumpus room also comes equipped with red solar lamps and, of course, kryptonite.
In the script, I'm betraying Clark Kent and then convincing him that I'm going to be a good force in his life. And so I've got to do that to the audience so that when I betray Clark, I'm betraying the audience. They're like, God, I trusted you, you bastard, and you get that moment.
Marsters played Lex Luthor in the animated film Superman Doomsday from 2007. His voice acting brought a sinister and calculating dimension to the character. Jesse Eisenberg.
More likely than not, these exceptional beings live among us. The basis of our myths, gods among men upon our little blue planet here.
Really great character. It was written by this guy, Chris Terrio, who's a phenomenal writer. He put a lot of work into it. It's a great character. There's an emotional core to the character. It's not a silly, villainous character. So no, it was a great part.
Eisenberg's interpretation of Lex Luthor in Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice from 2016 was divisive, but notable for its unique take. His portrayal as a younger, eccentric billionaire brought a fresh energy to the character. Kevin Spacey.
No, the other thing. Come on, I know it's just dangling off the tip of your tongue. Let me hear it just once, please.
Superman will never...
Wrong! So even though it was a big tentpole movie and big budget and all the big sets and stuff, I don't think any of us ever felt dwarfed by
by that, we felt encouraged that what Brian's focus was on the relationships in the movie. He was also very interested in having a Lex Luthor that was really much more vicious and a real nemesis for Superman.
Now, Kevin Spacey has gotten into a little trouble in recent years, but that does not affect his performance in Superman Returns. He took on the role of Lex Luthor in Superman Returns in 2006. His performance was a modern homage to Hackman's portrayal, blending charisma with a ruthless edge. Jon Cryer.
Cancer is eating me up, and you are sitting pretty on the very thing that could cure me, and you wouldn't even test it!
They're the CW's big superhero shows, and they did this thing called Crisis on Infinite Earths, which was this comic book series that I loved from when I was a kid, and that I got to participate in. It was just the coolest. The Christopher Reeve movie came out in 1978 when I was like 14 years old. So, and I just bought into it 100% and just loved it. And to be a part of it is just incredibly cool.
Jon Cryer's portrayal of Lex Luthor in the Arrowverse, particularly in Supergirl from 2019 to the present, has been praised for its complexity and depth. Cryer brings a cunning and malevolent presence to the role. Gene Hackman.
How do you know of Jor-El?
Oh, my fullness. As I explained to you before, I'm about the best there is.
They're kind of a flamboyant character and deranged and all the things that actors love to play. I wouldn't play Superman for anything because I was pretty much over my head. Matter of fact, the second day of shooting, I had asked the director to replace me because I just didn't feel I could do it. It was real tough. I had never played a role that demanding.
Michael Rosenbaum.
But if you look at history, the great men and women of the world have always been defined by their enemies.
And he's like thinking and this and that. And like, there's all these moments that I remember circling, trying to get, okay, you're going to just be really upset, emotional. And then here you're going to flip out on him. And then you're believing him, but then you decide you're not. It was hard, man. And, you're in front of the whole cast and crew. And you've just got to. I don't prepare for these things. Other than learning my lines, I find that on the day.
Rosenbaum played Lex Luthor in the television series Smallville from 2001 to 2011. His nuanced performance as a young Lex, transitioning from Clark Kent's friend to arch-nemesis, garnered critical acclaim and a loyal fan base. Michael Rosenbaum deserves the #1 spot because his Lex Luthor went from being an average kid, and in fact Clark's friend, to growing up into the maniacal mad scientist that we all know and loathe. And that's the only Lex Luthor that we saw grow and change to that degree throughout the years. And that was our show for today. What did you think? Who was your favorite Lex Luthor and why? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. While you're at it, I'd be honored if you subscribe to my channel. Click the button to stay informed. And check out my Carl Vincent Vampire Hunter franchise also in the comments. Until next time, this is Kevin Gibbons saying, live long and prosper. May the force be with you. Keep reaching for the stars.